Hey guys, this is Brandon here, and I uh, I decided to do this little start this new segment on my channel that I like to call Reviewer Buttes. I'm very sorry that I think I need to come up with a different name. I think Reviewer Butte is not a very strong name. But after doing uploading and recording today's Bambiman review for Matt's Mind the Movie, I just decided to go ahead and do this little unscripted series or audio log series talking about some of my favorite internet reviewers and whatnot. And I decided to start off this series. You'll notice there's going to be a lot of pauses in this little video here because I don't have a script in front of me to record with. But anyway, I decided to start off to kick off this series with one of my favorite reviewers, who is also a Facebook, Twitter follower of mine. We talk to each other, and I'm a big fan of his. His name is Bob Thomas, and his show is called BOBSHEAUX, BOBSHEAUX. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description below. But anyway, I actually got into Bob a couple years back when he released his review of the animated movie Alpha and Omega. And I was just instantly hooked on his show. And there's several things that his show differentiates his show from several other review shows out there. Like, for example, whereas other reviewers, they end their show by saying, directed by, written by, edited by, like I do at the end of my videos, written, narrated, and edited by. He does, vlogged by, because when you really look at his reviews, even though they're scripted, he just goes by the notion that they're just normal vlogs, and they're not even though it's much like structured like a nostalgia critic review, where there's little jokes and camera changes between him and the footage, him reacting to movies Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. He technically considers them to be like his review show is one of those shows you will not find on IMDb, is what I'm trying to get at. Even though I still think it should be on IMDb, just because he deserves an IMDb page. It's very, that's just my opinion. But anyway, but Bob, you're listening to me just crack up and pause a lot. Well, either way, the show should be on IMDb. And anyway, he goes by the fact that they're sort of just vlog reviews, and I think that's, God, I'm running on such a tangent. I really need a script in front of me. But anyway, another thing that I like about his reviews is that he's a lot more laid back than some of the other reviewers, because most of the other reviewers that I watch, even though I do like them, they're much more crazed and and much more out there in normalness. They're not normal. They're crazy. Like these reviewers, like Nostalgia Critic, JonTron, Some Jerk with the Camera, Peanut Butter Gamer. They're very random and they're very, you know, like out there and craziness. And even though Bob can like get crazy at times, not much, and like sometimes he'll start with a review where like sometimes he'll sound like during his Halloween episodes he'll be in costume as like the Joker or the Phantom of the Opera or some other review, some other superhero or supervillain or whatnot, and he'll do an impression of the Joker like haven't you ever heard of the healing power of laughter? I do not do a good Joker. Anyway, but he's a lot more laid back, and he definitely seems like the type of guy you would want to sit down and have a drink with, or have a hearty bowl of popcorn with. He seems like a really laid back guy, and I think that's why I sort of lean more towards his reviews. And even though I like the other reviewers I listed a few moments ago, I like his laid back attitude towards viewing. He's a lot less crazy than people like Nostalgia Critic or and other people that are just really out there in terms of seeing this. I also like the fact that he really like he has a really clean slate in terms of what his he really does his research when he does movie reviews, and he really, gosh, for a person who I just said is so normal, like it's getting really hard to describe. And he's laid back. He does his research, and he also has a very interesting style in his review, where like unlike people like the Nostalgia Critic who will just show like scenes in a movie for like maybe a few seconds, and the scenes last only maybe a few seconds, which I'm sure that Doug does because of like copyright claims. The League of Super Critics is actually under very big copyright claims right now in terms of their movie reviews, which actually explains the Jurassic World review that he just did, which has divided a lot of people, actually. If I make one tangent here, like, it's as bad as his Let's Play of Parts of Nightmare. And I actually like the Jurassic World review. And a lot of people, they do not. But I think it's actually a really clever way of getting back at all the copyright claims that him and his cohorts have gotten themselves into now. I liked the review. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was clever take on copyright. But anyway, we're not talking about Doug and Nostalgia Critic today. We're talking about BOBSHEAUX. And actually, to go back on the Jurassic World claim, Bob actually took a risk, and he actually used footage from the movie, and his review was also really funny, and I liked his review also, and he actually addressed an issue that I'm sure many of you who've seen Nostalgia Critic's review or you've seen Jurassic World, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because like Bob, he just really gets taken aback when he sees, particularly seeing that if you've seen the movie or you've seen the NC review or whatever, I think you know what scene I'm talking about. But he addresses it and shows it in yeah, it's an issue that I was hoping some reviewer would tackle in one way or another, because I was taken aback by that scene too in yours. But anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about with BOBSHEAUX. Anyway, what I was gonna say was that like he actually, in terms of when he uses like movie footage from the actual movie, like whereas most reviewers will just use like a second's worth of movie and then go to a joke and then do a lot of voiceover and then jump to the next scene, joke, 30 seconds, joke, few seconds, joke, scene, joke. Like, he actually uses footage that can go on for more than a few seconds. And in some cases, he can actually come up with a lot of more clever jokes than a lot of his fellow chords. Like during his review of Alpha and Omega 4, The Legend of the Sawtooth Cave, he actually goes off on a tangent, and he compares Alpha and Omega 4 to the Lego Movie, and he actually uses this really clever quote, like, how can wolves climb trees? Because Legos. And then he goes off on a whole because of Legos changing, to which the payoff line is because they are unfathomably stupid. And that is really clever. And I also think one of the reasons why I lean more towards his reviews is because, honestly, I think the reason why I really gravitate towards his reviews is because he's able to review movies that not a lot of people would like think about. Like, what I like about him and like Nostalgia Critic is that they're able to like pick movies to review that, like me and my new review show, like they're able to pick movies that not a lot of people would end up talking about, like, and I think Bob is better at this than like Doug, because Doug will pick, Doug will pick movies that, like, actually I don't know what I was going to say, but let me put this another way. Like I said before, that Doug and Bob both use movies like me that not a lot of people talk about or even think about. Like Doug did does movies like Demolition Man and Legend of Zorro, and he recently did I don't even, like, Mamma Mia, or and movies like that. And Bob does movies like The Karate Dog, or the Phantom of the Opera, the stage version, the 25th anniversary stage version at the Albert London Hall. And he also does movies like the Alpha and Omega series, and Freddy the Frog, and Roadside Romeo. One of my favorite movies, personally, as many of you people who've subscribed to me know, my favorite movie is Roadside Romeo. Tie you with Back to the Future, of course. But see, Bob is able to look at these movies and Bob is able to look at these movies and see something creative to say about them, and which not a lot of people would like look at these movies and think, I can't think of anything creative or funny to say about these. But Bob is able to do that, and man, this vlog is really awkward. actually at the 15-minute mark right now. I think I barely talked about the great qualities of Bob, but this is just a... I really need a script in front of me because I am very, very awkward. But yeah, I think the biggest reasons why I love Bob, I don't want to make this like a big like hour-long talk about BOBSHEAUX, but like, because I could go on for like hours about my favorite things about BOBSHEAUX, but I just wanted to sort of get out of the way why I think more people should like look at like BOBSHEAUX. That's what I hope to do with this channel, is to talk about movies, viewers, TV shows, albums that not a lot of people talk about, and BOBSHEAUX I think is one of those people who definitely deserves to be like acknowledged and talked about more, and he's actually growing a fan base due to him re-uploading some of his other episodes that haven't been uploaded to YouTube yet onto there, and he's really gaining a bit of traction, and I hope he continues to do so because he definitely deserves it. He's one of the most underrated reviewers on the internet as far as I'm concerned, and yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about BOBSHEAUX, and I highly encourage you guys, to all my subscribers, if you haven't checked out BOBSHEAUX yet, I highly encourage you to his shows on Blip. Again, it's BOBSHEAUX, and he's also on Twitter at BOBSHEAUX. You can also find him, like I said earlier before, on YouTube, and just show him some love. Watch a few of his reviews, and just show him a bit of encouragement and love, discussion, and definitely give him more viewers, because like I said, he is totally one of the best, most underrated reviewers on the internet, and so yeah. And Bob, if you happen to watch this video, thank you for the great entertainment you've given me over the last few years, and I continue to be a fan of your show, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And just, yeah, I think that is about it for this first reviewer Butte. Again, I definitely need to change the name because I don't think reviewer Butte is a strong name, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to this little audio, unscripted audio thing of mine, and again, if you haven't seen my if you didn't watch my last video on Matt's Mind the Movie, definitely check that out. It's on my video page right now. And if you have any more, if I know I said this in the previous video, but again, if you actually have a movie that you want me to do on the Bambiman audio review, the main show, just leave it in the comments below, and I'll see if I can get to it. And definitely follow me on both me and BOBSHEAUX. We're both on Movie Pilot. BOBSHEAUX and I recently got on Movie Pilot, so I definitely check those two Movie Pilot channels out, and I'll be posting there more often, as well as Bob, and he'll be posting some older episodes. So yeah, that is about it for this video. if this was awkward and oh, if this was as awkward for you as it's awkward for me, then well, I don't know what else to say. Thank you for listening, and take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.